very important moment for them as they go on from here. From 3 Trails, it's only the beginning. It's not the end, it's only the beginning. We've done our work here at this level, so they'll all be moving on to middle school. So we're going to take some time to celebrate that today. I know many of our kids have been here. A lot of them have been here all 6 years. A number have come in, some have come, left, come back again, which is outstanding to see. But I remember very vividly, a lot of these kids, their very first day of kindergarten, because it was actually my first day here at 3 Trails. So it's amazing how fast 6 years goes, and here we are today, these one time, not that long ago, about this tall. And now here they are, some of them almost as tall as I am today. So before we do that, I want to do some thank yous. I want to do them up front because typically I give the microphone away and I don't get it back. So I'm going to take care of that now instead of at the end. First of all, I'd like to thank the wonderful teachers of 5th grade. We have Mrs. Fry, Mrs. Cook, and Mrs. Powell. The work they do for children. The work they've done this year has just been nothing short of fabulous, just phenomenal. What they've done with the 5th graders this year, and I'm very proud of them and thankful to them for everything that they've done with them. I'd also like to thank, I know we have some PTA folks, waving PTA folks. If we could give them a round of applause. They're providing for us some refreshments and cake and things afterwards to help us celebrate, because what's a party without some food? So they've been nice enough to help support our 5th graders in that, providing the cake and refreshments and so on. Miss Allen just walked in, so since she just walked in, we'll just kind of point her out right now. If we could give her a round of applause. Because of the work she's put in, and you're going to see instruments in play here in the performance that they put forth. I know they've worked really hard, and she's worked really hard, not only in creating the program, but practicing with the kiddos and changing schedules with other classes and everything that goes into the logistics of putting on a performance like this. It takes a lot of time for her, and thank you for that. So I'd also like to thank, before we get started here or into our program, I'd like to also thank our officer, Officer Blum. If we give him a round of applause. He's been here at 3 many years. I mean, at least the last 5, at least since, how many? 11 years here at 3 Trails, working with our students. The D.A.R.E program, I myself did not go through it. Actually just started right after me, after I kind of went through that part of elementary. But it does a lot. It's more, people think of the drugs, it's more than just talking about resistance. It's a lot of peer pressure, a lot of things that happen in life, a lot of life skills that they are going to have to make choices as they become young men and young women in our society. So I'd like to thank him for all the time he takes out in coming, and also the support he gives our school. He helps support our school in lots of times in a very positive way as a police officer. So I appreciate that from him very much. So we're going to get started with our program. We got an American flag up here to the right, so if everybody can please stand and join with me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, and with that, I'll once again introduce to you Officer Blum.
Good afternoon. I also would like to welcome you this afternoon to our D.A.R.E 5th grade graduation here at 3 Trails. It's a pleasure to be back. As I indicated earlier, it's my 11th year here. It's always a pleasure to come to 3 Trails. It's a wonderful staff to work with, and just wonderful students. Wonderful students. Before we get into the program, I want to give a little background, a little history to our family or visitors here today about some of the things that students have gone through in our D.A.R.E curriculum this semester. A little history on it. It's 33 years old. It was founded in 1983. Only came to this area 27 years ago in 1989. In addition to being a national program, being taught in all 50 states, it's also international. It's taught in 43 foreign countries. These 5th graders seated in front of you are going to join the 26 million other students who have graduated from the D.A.R.E program. But in order for D.A.R.E to be successful, there's 3 pieces, 3 parts that have to work together. First, being the school. Second, the police. The third and most important piece of this is the parents. It takes strong parent support like what we see here today for the program to be successful. So thank you for coming up and supporting the students. Now, the curriculum the students received this semester was recently released, and I say recently, it was in the summer of 2012. And it was developed using the most advanced prevention science principles based on over 30 years of teaching and research. So it's the most up-to-date curriculum that they have released, and a lot of hard work went into it, developing it. Now, the curriculum enhances the development of safe and responsible citizens who lead drug-free lives. The lessons teach the students the skills they need to assess the risks and consequences of their behaviors so that they can make safe and responsible choices. In addition, the lessons also address many of the challenges facing the students today, such as friendships, schoolwork, peer pressure, and drugs. In addition, the students are also taught about communicating confidently and effectively, as well as giving and getting help. Now, we built role plays and situations into the lesson for the students to practice each one of the skills to help them develop competency in using the skills they learn. So if in the future they do need to have it, they've all practiced it and know how to do that. And one of the final activities we have the students do is to write a D.A.R.E report. Now, this year I had them write a persuasive essay titled, "Should D.A.R.E be taught in all schools?" I wanted to do that because I wanted to find out what the students thought about the program and if they really believe it should be taught to all students throughout the area. And I was really overwhelmed by what we have as far as our essays. Some of these essays we're actually going to share with the movers and shakers in Jefferson City to show them how important the D.A.R.E program is to the students and try to gain more support of the program throughout the state. So students have worked really, really hard on what they did. These essays, like I said, they really overwhelmed me as far as how well they wrote them and what they wrote about. But for all their hard work, I'd like to give the students a round of applause. We do have representatives from each class that are going to come forward and share their D.A.R.E essays with us. And at this time, I'm going to call Adriana to come forward and share her essay.
Imagine your kid growing up and not knowing the right or wrong choices in life. I think that D.A.R.E should be in all schools because it teaches kids about resistance strategies, life choices, and kids like D.A.R.E lessons and activities. D.A.R.E teaches important stuff such as resistance strategy, which is important for kids to learn. Let's say someone were to ask you to smoke or take drugs. You can say no while giving an excuse, such as, "My mom would rather me." That is one resistance strategy, but there is more. I think kids learn a lot in D.A.R.E, which is great for kids. Not only does it teach about resistance strategies, but it also teaches about life choices. Like if you were in a risky situation and you didn't know what to do, it tells you what to do in those situations. It also teaches you how to solve a problem in a way that you won't hurt anyone's feelings. I think that is one of the most important things kids need to do because most kids don't do it or they don't know how to do it. In addition to resistance strategies, kids like the lessons. They are fun and entertaining and they actually teach them. For example, kids can roleplay about making the right choices. It also teaches kids about confident communication, which teaches kids not to be nervous or afraid to talk to an adult or a kid. I think D.A.R.E is great because it teaches kids what parents might not have time to teach them. Therefore, all schools should have D.A.R.E because it is important for kids to learn the right choices, and it might be the only hope they get. So D.A.R.E should be in all schools. It is a great hope.
Candace?
D.A.R.E should be taught in school because it teaches kids not to smoke. Another reason is D.A.R.E teaches kids not to drink alcohol. Lastly, D.A.R.E teaches kids not to be a bystander and speak out. One reason you should have D.A.R.E in schools is because it teaches kids not to smoke. Smoking is bad for you like tobacco. Chewing it can cause your teeth to yellow and cause bad breath. Tobacco can cause heart disease, dry skin, and cause wrinkles. There are more than 200 known harmful chemicals in cigarettes. Cigarettes contain nicotine, a powerful substance that can cause addiction. Another reason is D.A.R.E teaches us not to drink alcohol. Don't drink alcohol. Teen bodies are still growing. Alcohol affects them more severely than adults. Mixing alcohol with medicine can be very dangerous. Alcohol slows down the brain and body. Effects may include memory loss, poor judgment, loss of self-control, and slower life. Alcohol weakens the heart muscle and reduces the amount of blood to and from the heart. Too much alcohol can slow down the body and lead to being put into a coma or death. Lastly, D.A.R.E teaches us not to be a bystander and speak out. Don't be a bystander. Kids get bullied every day. You may not see it, but it happens every minute you have. Some people who are being bullied like to cut themselves because they have no one to tell what is happening to them. If you see a bully, stand up to them. You are stronger. Show them who knows best. We are all beautiful in many different ways. We need D.A.R.E. D.A.R.E is teaching us not to be selfish. D.A.R.E is awesome. D.A.R.E teaches us not to speak out and be a bystander. Say no to drugs. Drugs are a waste of time. Alcohol is a waste of money. Think about what you really want for your future.
Jaden.
Define, assess, respond, evaluate. Did you know that there is a program called D.A.R.E? It is a program that has changed the lives of many children that have been bullied in schools across the United States and even the world. D.A.R.E educates the students about the dangers of drugs, alcohol, and to be socially competent in a variety of situations. Firstly, alcohol is a very poor liquid for people under the age of 21, or any age for that matter. There are over 9,967 deaths every year because people are intoxicated and driving. Impaired driving, April 14, 2016. There are many people that die because they drink too much alcohol, and this turns into their liver shutting down. Over 250 people die every year because of alcohol-related issues. Secondly, drugs have many uses. Some are good, but others uses are bad. Moreover, people that use drugs can also abuse drugs. That's why D.A.R.E should be taught at all schools, because many who use drugs just do it because they have not been educated on the harmful dangers of improper drug use. D.A.R.E teaches students that they need to know about drugs and how they lead to many other problems such as addiction and brain damage. Marijuana is the most used drug by 13-year-olds to 18-year-olds. In the last 7 years, leading to addiction for life, which can ruin not only their lives but others' lives. Last but not least, drug and alcohol use combined with anti-bullying and stress are just a few things that are taught in our schools by D.A.R.E officers. D.A.R.E teaches you what you need to know about drugs, alcohol, and harmful effects on you. D.A.R.E teaches students all over the United States and in various parts of the world what to do in many different situations. D.A.R.E teaches you how to make an excuse if someone is trying to get you to do something you don't want to do. And it also provides methods on how to use the 5 W's to tell someone what happened can you walk away. In conclusion, alcohol, drugs, and smoking is corrupt and it shuts down your life. Drugs are horrific and come in many different forms. Drugs and alcohol education teaches the kids things they need to know in the real world. D.A.R.E is an amazing program that every child should have the opportunity to experience. I agree 100% that D.A.R.E should be taught in all schools. No ifs, ands, or buts.
I think those three need another round of applause. They did such an awesome job. I encourage you to check out your student's essay. They are posted around the walls of the gymnasium here, so after this ceremony, go around and check and read their essays. They all did an awesome job. And at this time, the 5th grade, let's have a musical performance for us.
They didn't even ask. Which is good. Ruby needs that shirt. She loves people. She wants to go. She sees her sister. babysit every day. So we were more grown foster grandparents, and we got our license today. For my license at no, they're twins. No, they were twins. He's 3 and she's 18.
And at this time, we want to present the students with their certificate of achievement.
Andy Estrada, Kathy House, Kenya Jackson, Mackenzie Lee, Cheyenne Carly McComas, Corey Messick, Ever Perdomo Paz, Candace Polly, Itexi Rios Santamaria, Kendrell Robinson, Samantha Royster, Serenity Shiley, Carson Sumter, Davian Tooley, Melanie Vargas, and Tierra Wilson. Let's give them one more applause.
You go, boy. Sophia Grace.
Melanie Barrett. Ethan Martinez. Ryan Crouch. Madison Crombie. Kaylee Dennison. Donald Dixon. Matthew Ferranda. Kylie Hampton. Hannah Ingram. Duncan Kelly.
Look, there's KK. Look, there's KK. Look, right there.
Taylor Lehman. Adriana Lopez. Christina Marquez. Carol McClure. Malia Mitchell. Will Ott.
Can you hold it for just a minute?
Kinsey Parton. Donasia Peak. Keegan Phillips. Timothy Wedlow. Roger Williams.
That's Roger.
Caesar Wong. Give this group one last round. Good afternoon, parents. I'll now be presenting the certificates for our Paula, Valentina Amparan Diaz, Maxwell Ayala, Alexander Shavira Carvajal, Alexandria Crispin, Santa Coyne, Trayvon Curtin, Callie Ellis, Carlos Escutia. Camilo Garcia Muniz. Zoe Holman. Connor Hughes. Suki Kalon. Colby Marks. Logan Robinson. Yvonne Ruiz. Jocelyn Sanders. Aiden Scott. Kaylee Sims. Jaden Skinner. Jolie Taylor. Emily Witt.
Let's give one more round of applause.
One of the big parts of D.A.R.E is having great character. And so we wanted to go ahead and recognize many of the students in our room who've done a quality job in their character this year. Their photos are presented throughout the gym. But we also wanted to name a couple of students from each class. I did 3, because I just couldn't narrow it down. To those who have outstanding character. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and give it to Ms. Cook, and she's going to name her 2 students.
I would like to give this award to Serenity Shiley. And Corey Messick.
Taylor Lehman. Christina Marquez. And Caesar Wong.
For 5 Powell, we have Sanda Coyne. And another one of my students who was not able to make it today, Alexis Figueroa.
One more round of applause for you. not an ending, but just a beginning, kind of midpoint, as they all move on. I thought a wonderful, wonderful time to celebrate these fifth graders who've done just an absolutely wonderful job this year. Parents, on behalf of all the staff, I'd like to thank you for entrusting us with your children throughout these years. Some of you, like I said before, for the last 6 years, others this year or a few years, and like I said, some in, some out, a couple times over. But we appreciate having each and every one of them so very much. Looking forward to seeing the great young women, young men that they all become with their bright futures ahead of them. As I mentioned before, a few housekeeping things. We are going to have refreshments afterwards. It's not a bad dash to the cake. Sort of things. We usually have plenty that the PTA does for us. A few housekeeping things before that. I know lots of times I always say student attendance is important, they need to be here, but I also understand logistics from a parent standpoint. So if you are checking out your child with you as you leave today, you need to make sure you do that with their teacher. So their teachers have checkout forms. We just want to make sure we know exactly where everyone is at all times. Because what we'll do here after this, we'll have kind of a leisurely, informal time. You can stay as long as you want to look around the gym, have some cake and lunch and so on. But when you feel it's time that you need to get going, that you can do that with the teacher. Now, you don't have to check them out. Like I said, I don't encourage you to take them, but I do understand logistics being in the middle of the late afternoon with that. So making sure if you do, you check them out. And if you're not a parent, you're taking them, you're going to have to go through the office so they can just kind of double check things in the office. We always err on the side of caution with that. So as in terms of cake and punch, we're going to start with the kiddos first, and we're going to do this in an organized way. I've learned this over the past few years. When I say go, it's fifth graders about knock the tables over. So we are going to actually start here with our front row kiddos, and we'll kind of walk them through, and then after that time, we're going to let parents casually, informally go and get cake and punch as they wish. So thank you so much for coming today. I appreciate everyone being here. First row, Duncan.